Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and anybody that's new, welcome. Today we are going to do some Nutcracker crafts, specifically more of the drum. I think I want to do a similar one with Gingerbread Man. I'm going to try to put a couple different varieties in this video. My DT only sells this type of box. I haven't seen container. I haven't seen any bigger ones, and I did want a bigger one because we're going to use the top of this as our platform. You can use a smaller one if you want smaller decorations. There's a lot of different possibilities with this build. They can change out the decor on top. We're just going to place it like that. That's how we're going to put pieces on here for this first one. We're going to do something different for the next one. This one is from Dollarama. Dollarama here in Canada is similar to DT Plus. Our Dollaramas, nothing goes over $5. They do carry a lot of similar items that Dollar Tree sells, but I'm sure it's probably in the Dollar Tree Plus section, which we don't have here in Canada. And I'm just going to tell you the width here, and it's 8.5, just over 8.5 inches in diameter. And it all really depends on what you want to put inside of it. I'm going to give it a couple coats, and I should have got a darker one. I only found this one that they had at the one store I went to. I'm going to give it a couple coats of red. I'm just going to do all around the edges and on the top, and I'm just going to leave the inside plain. I'm probably going to have to give it a couple good coats only because it's the white color and you're probably going to see through. If you use the Dollar Tree paint, put a coat of Mod Podge on before you paint it, so the color will stick a lot better. Or you can use spray paint of your choice. Once I do have it red, I am going to put some DT red glitter, and I'm going to use Mod Podge to make the glitter stick to the sides and the top. Now that I have it all done, I just put a little bit on the top here that you can see just in case parts of the little top sticks out when I put some stuff on it. So I just wanted to make sure that it was concealed. You're going to take a ribbon. I have this black ribbon. It's just over 1/2 inch. I'm just going to hot glue it around on the top, and then I'm also going to do it around the bottom as well. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue some balls on first before we put a ribbon stringy type of thing. Glitter vase fillers from Dollar Tree. I already picked out some of the smaller ones that I'm going to do, and I'm going to go with gold, and you can do any color you want. Now, placement of them, I said the diameter was 8.5, so I just put a little chalk mark here, a little chalk mark here, and I did exactly, almost like a clock, 8.5. So we have 12, 3, 6, and 9. What we're going to do is we're going to put, I'm going to start at 12. This is the back. I'm going to start at 12 mark. Let me just grab a paper towel, guys. Sometimes my glue gun drips. So we're just going to grab a little ball, glue some on. And I'm just looking, oops, I'm looking for my 12 mark. Okay. Right there. Then I'm going to go over to the other little dot. So we were at the 12. I'm going to go at the 3. I'm going to put it at 3. And you're going to keep doing that. 6 and then 9. And then you're going to do right in between. So it'll be like, I don't know, 130. And you're going to go right in there until you have 8. And that's just for the top row. So I'm going to do the top row, and then we're going to move on to the bottom because the bottom is going to be a little bit different. Okay, and now that I have them all glued, and they don't have to be exact, but it just gives you a nice placement in between. Now I'm going to turn this sideways, and I don't want to put it on the side because you don't want the ball to fall off. I'm going to hold it actually when I do it. So the next here, you're not going to do the exact same, you're going to do the opposite. So I'm just going to, oh, my glue gun is attached to my chair. All right. So then I'm just going to kind of even it down in between the two balls on top. A little bit of glue. Place it there. Then you're going to do that all the way around. Kind of even out. I'm going to put it right there. And you're going to do that all the way around. All right, now that we have it all the way around, I have this one from DT. It's just a ribbon trim. It's 9 feet. Because of the gold, we're going to stick with the gold. I'm going to start at the back, but I'm just going to show you from the front because my hand's right here right now. You're just going to hot glue the very piece, attach it right beside the ball. I'm going to start on the right. Gonna go up, down, and you can put a little dab of glue if you want. You're gonna go back up, around, and you're gonna keep doing this all the way around till you get to the other side. Now you're gonna take the top of the can, and this part of this is the top underneath. I painted it a little bit green. I already added some paint on it. I just used some Well Bond. We're gonna put, I'm just watching my fingers because I still have a bit of glue, and it should sit right in the lip of the top where the opening of the bottom part of the can is. And you're just gonna make sure that you press it down on the sides. And then you're just gonna let that dry. All right, now that I let it dry, the reason I painted it green, it's not the best coat of green, but it will be concealed. I just wanted to make sure that none of the print came through. Just some of these branches, I think they come in 6 or 10, I can't remember, in the package from DT. When you take them out, they're super flat. So what you're gonna do is just rough it up a little bit, twist it. And once you do twist it, it will be a little bit more fluffier. We're gonna make the trim along the side. And we're gonna need just over 2. I just wanna, actually, I'm just gonna do it separate on, then cut them off as we go. Then we're gonna take this garland from DT. I'm gonna unwrap it here. On each one, just wanna cut this part off. You don't want to wind it around, but you want to make sure all of the red beads stick on the outside so it's not touching the can, just so it has a flatter look when you actually, just gonna make it a little bit longer. Actually, I'm going to start it at the end. So you're just going to wrap it around. Okay, I'm trying to find my end here. And you're just going to go over like this. And as you go along, just want to make sure that the green doesn't get all flat. So I'm trying to keep all the berries kind of showing on one side as opposed to the back. So I'm just going to do one more here. So once you do finish one, you can just hot glue it right along the edges like that. Sorry, I'm gonna move this way. And you're gonna do all the way around the bottom of the tin. All right, now we're gonna put some stuff on it. I think it turned out really well, and it just gives it a nice touch. I'm going to put a couple different things on top. I was gonna use a floral form and add more greenery, but I'm gonna do some fake snow. So I just had a red candle. I just added some twine. Gonna add a DT, the big trees. Now on one of the trees, I want one a little bit higher than the other. Dollar Tree has these little wood blocks, or wood birch, I guess, birch cutouts. This one's a little off, but it just fits better underneath, where I'm just going to hot glue that right on just to give it a little bit of a taller height. Really anything that you want to put on there would work. One of the Dollar Tree reindeers, spray painted it satin black with spray paint. One of the Dollar Tree soldiers, picked off all the hair. Now, as I explained in my other video, you'll see the little opening on the side, and that's on both sides because that's where the hair is. So when you lift it off, and same with the mustache or the beard, use a hair dryer, but you'll still have to really pull the sides out for the hair that's on the sides. I found that it was stuck right in there, even into the shoulders. Any little pieces of hair, make sure you take it off. Use the tweezers to pluck them out. Otherwise, you're going to notice that when you spray paint it. And this was just a gold spray paint that I used. And then I just got a various little trees from DT. This one came with the 4-pack or the 3-pack. Just the little mini ones that go with the miniatures. Another DT tree that I thought was cute, just to add a little bit of extra red. A Nutcracker drum. And this little cutie, I got it. I'm not going to hot glue it down because it does light up. And this is actually from Temu. I think it was a couple dollars. I can't remember now. I've had it since last year when Temu started, and it just actually lights up, and I just thought it just a nice little added touch. Now placement on, I'm going to show you from the camera upwards. I'm just going to move this over. I'm just going to stick the candle to the one side. The higher tree, I'm going to stick right back in the middle, only because I'm going to have the soldier in front, and I want to make sure that just is a little bit taller than the soldier. I'm going to add another one right beside the soldier. And just the reindeer just to one side. I'm going to move it just a little bit. I'm going to add little green trees just onto the one side of the candle. Now you can place them any which way you want. Little red one I'm just going to add over on the other side to make it pop there a little bit. A little drum just right in front. On the side's a little bit better looking than the other. And then just the lantern right here. I am not going to glue that one down though. Once I get these glued on, minus this one, I am just going to put some fairy lights. Now it all depends on the fairy lights that you use. If you don't want to light it up, you don't have to add the lights. It's totally up to you. I get this little pack from Amazon. You get about 12 lights. I think this is the 12-pack one. Yeah, 12-pack. And here in Canada, I paid about $20 something for it. And then I'm just going to hot glue right along this side as I go with the fairy lights. And I'm just going to go back and forth. And then I will conceal and just, I'm not even going to hot glue the light down. I'm just going to conceal it in the back. And once I can pull it out, oh, there we go. And just so it'll light up, I'll give it a nice glow. And then I'm gonna glue them down, and then I'll show you what we'll do next. All right, I just wanted to show you, I have it on a Lazy Susan. I didn't put it right in the back, and I just hot glued little spots all over. And the battery pack, you can just touch and take out and change the batteries. I just found it a lot easier on the Lazy Susan. Now I'm just gonna add some Mod Podge, the gloss one, and add some fake snow and just fill in the area there. All right, guys, here it is. So I just added a little bow onto the reindeer. I just thought I needed a little added touch then with it just plain. That's just me. You don't have to do that. I added a little bit of snow on top of the candle. And for the bottom, I actually added some of the spray snow on there. I just thought it was way too green, especially with all the trees having a little bit of snow. And I just think it blends in a little bit better. We're going to start the next DIY right now. For this DIY, we are going to we need 2 sizes of boxes. Now, my Dollar Tree, we don't have Dollar Tree Plus in Canada, so everything's, I guess, anywhere from $2 and down. This is the only one I could find at Dollar Tree, so I did go to my Dollarama store. You can check a thrift store too, so I'm just going to tell you the diameter of this one just so you know. So the DT one, so it's just almost 5 inches in diameter. I went to my Dollarama and picked up 2 boxes, so hopefully you'll be able to find it in DT. You can use, I guess, 2 different things. I just wanted to find 2 different sizes of boxes. Now my first box is 7.5 inches diameter. Second box is 6 inches. I wanted the box that's going to sit on top like this. I wanted enough to fit this glass from Dollar Tree that it'll sit, and it's just almost exactly the same. I would say pretty much right on the button. So I was fortunate to find that these 2 boxes. Now the little box, we are going to paint it white. Just take the top off, going to paint it white, and then you're going to end up like this. I had something on it, so it picked off the paint a little bit. You're going to you're going to paint it white, and then we're still going to do something to the 2 boxes. Then the bigger box, I had a couple extra because I think I'm going to make this for somebody, so I wanted to keep one for myself and make something for someone else. Second one you're going to paint is red. Now I end up already doing 3 coats on this, and you can still see through, but we're going to do 2 different things. Now let me just show you what we're going to do on both of them. Okay, we're going to start with the red box, and first thing we're going to do is we're just going to add, you can use hot glue, but I'm just going to use some Mod Podge just because it is a glue and sealer. I just want to make sure that you're going to go all the way around the top of the lip. And if it drips on the inside or the outside, it's okay. You're just going to want to keep this top closed, and I'm not doing it anything fancy. It's going to be a glitter kind of day. I don't like working with glitter, but I like the look of glitter, if that makes sense, and I'm sure all of you guys feel the same way. I usually put like one of the garbage bags underneath, and you're going to seal it after. Make sure it's on good. Okay, now that it's on, you can see I touched up a few little spots with the red nut. With the white box, I put it down directly in the center, and I drew around with a pencil. Now, the reason why I have the circle is because we are going to use some Mod Podge and we're going to use the gloss one, not the matte one. And we're just going to use the red DT glitter. And the reason I have the line is because I want to stay out there, outside of the line. Reason being is when I glue this, I don't want it to glue onto the glitter because sometimes you don't get a good seal proof when you're gluing things together. So I want to just make sure, and you're wasting glitter if you're just going to hide it anyways. So I'm just going to do the lining just around here and all around the edges with the red glitter with Mod Podge. While the red box is drying, we're going to do the white one. And we're just going to do all the way around the sides. And we're going to go in about a 1/2 inch in, just so you don't see the edge of it. And when the little glass base has 3 little feet, so it's not going to interfere when we glue this down on top. And I am going to use I don't like the glitter with the, I like the white glitter. And it's hard to find that has no little reflection, almost like the DT Snow has like colored flexion. I want to make sure that it's all white. And this is the first time I'm going to work with this, so it should be interesting, is I'm going to use some Epsom salts. And I'm just going to coat it just like I did with the glitter, coat a Mod Podge, and I'm just going to coat it with a glitter. I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm going to try it for my first time. Hopefully it turns out really well, and I think it will. I just want to try something different, and this will be a fun way to try it. So the next thing, while the 2 boxes are drying, we're going to work on the top. So we're going to do kind of like a carousel, and we're going to take one of these DT glass plates, and we are going to paint it. I'm just going to use the Tuscany red. I know it's my favorite red. I'm going to give it a coat. I'm just going to do it around the edges, but I'm not going to do the bottom because you're not going to see the bottom. Once you do the coat all along, you're just going to add, after it dries, you're just going to use some Mod Podge and put the red glitter all across the top and along the edges. Then we're going to use this DT Carousel. Here's the top of the package. Came in a set with chairs. I think it came with chairs. Why do I say it says it comes outdoor furniture? I think it was just the tabletop and the base of the table. I had it out of the pack. I bought it a while ago. I want to do, I'm not sure if you saw D Heart She's So Crafty on YouTube and on Facebook, D Heart. She did a scene with the exact same thing. I think it was the same, I'm only assuming it's the same glass plate, and she used the carousel, and she did it black with the black reindeer, but we're not going to do the black reindeer today, but we're going to do the same concept. But I want to keep my carousel red, but I want to take the white lines off it. So I just taking some, I'm just going to quickly show you. Just some acetone nail polish. I just got a little glove so it doesn't take off the top part of my nail polish. I'm just going to show you here. I just want to keep that there. Just going to make sure it says 100% acetone. You can get it at DT. I just want to make sure that I take all the white off it. I'm not even going to do a coat of red because it is already red. I am just going to do a coat of Mod Podge and some red glitter. I'm not going to do the inside. I'm just going to do around the edges and the top. So I did end up putting a little bit of red. I forgot to mention when I was recording earlier. I had a little bit of white still residue on there that I just kind of lightly buffed off, but I did do a red coat, and you might see it a little bit wet. The gloss, you're going to probably have to do 2-3 coats, probably 2 coats, and then the glitter will cover the rest. We always have to use a base coat, I find, when you're putting glitter, so you don't waste glitter and Mod Podge and keep giving layers. DT has these little snowmans, and I'm actually just going to use some Well Bond because I am just going to paint, and I figured I better come in here now and tell you. We're just going to glue it right on top of the carousel, top of the little display thing here. You can use hot glue, but I think I'm just because it's a small piece and it sits nice and flat with the bottom, that you can just use a good glue. So the next thing we're going to do is start building it now. We're going to take a cake pan from DT. I'm just going to use some Well Bond right underneath and glue it right in the center. And then I'm going to put some more Well Bond, and I'm just going to put the topper. And I think it turned out really well. There's just a few pieces coming off. I didn't spray this one. I did spray the Mod Podge spray on this one because glitter drives me bananas. This one, once it's on, it's just because it's touching it in the bigger flakes, but I think it turned out really good. I think I'm gonna have to use this for some of my future projects because I really do like the Epsom salts. So we're gonna glue those ones on. All right, I'm just gonna show you the view. So on the bottom part of the red box, I am just gonna use 5 of these Dollar Tree hanging ornaments. I did add some ribbon on top, as you can see. It's just Dollar Tree ribbon. And I thought I just really wanted the top for them just to pop a little bit more. So I am going to do 5 instead of 4. So I've kind of placed it around a couple inches on each side. And from the top view, when you're looking down, I just made sure the spacing. Then I'm just going to put some hot glue along the back and then just glue them on the side of the red box all the way around. So now for the top, I'm going to skip right to the top because I want to put this on before I start putting embellishments on the sides. We're going to take the little tray we did. It's not done underneath. And I am just going to put some Well Bond on there because I don't want this to fall off like that. And I'm also going to put a Dollar Tree reindeer. I actually just spray painted it with the Rust-Oleum. It's the paint and primer, a satin blossom white. Turned out really good. I didn't need too much coats with it. And I'm just going to pop it on right there and glue it that as well with Well Bond, that it sticks permanently. The thing is, if with hot glue over time things do pop off and get loose, with Well Bond at least that you know it's going to stay in place. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the top on. I'm excited about this. We're going to need 4 straws. They're paper straws from DT. I just liked when I saw the package of them that they were like the candy cane color. I already did 3. I'm going to take a wood dowel just for extra. They're pretty solid, but just for extra support, I guess it just in my mind. If we're going to do all this work, we're going to do extra support. I'm just going to stick it right in. Then I'm just gonna put a little bit of hot glue. Oh, let's not make a mess. I'm just gonna push it right in. Just make sure if you have your gun is very hot, that you want to be touching those. And do it on both sides. I just plug my glue gun in so it's not very hot at all. So then you'll have 4. Then we're gonna go glue gun happy to get this top part in. Now on the inside, I always like to refer things when I'm putting things even as like the clock. So 12, 6, 3, and over here would be 9. I can just use this. So I'm just going to hold this here upside down like that. And I'm just going to take my glue gun. I'm just going to put a bunch of hot glue on there. I'm going to start at 6 o'clock. I'm just going to hold it as straight as I can until it fully dries. Just going to make sure it looks straight. I'm going to do the rest, but I'm just going to keep holding them. You just got to make sure that they stay fully dry before you start playing with all 3 of the others. So it takes a little bit of patience to hold them there as they dry. 2 were just a little bit loose, and I totally flipped it over and just sat it on top just to hold it in place while it dried fully. So it has, I'm just going to go over and reinforce it and just use some Mod Podge, and I'm just going to put it right over the glue. It's going to dry clear anyways, but I'm just going to put just a little bit reinforcement, and that's just me trying to think of extra stability so that it doesn't pop off. I'm not a big, as much as I love using hot glue does pop off depending on the temperature, if it's too hot or too cold. That's why you should never use them like on a Christmas wreath, depending on the climate that you live in. But if it gets too hot, they're going to pop off. They're going to start slowly coming off, and the same thing with, if it's way too cold, things will just pop off really easy. That's why I never use on my Jenga block builds unless it's 1 or 2, and unless I don't have to, I won't use hot glue. And I'm just gonna go around and do that. Once I do that, I'm gonna touch up some Wellbond on the bottom, and I'm gonna sit it where the deer is facing. Oops. I know you can't see it, but the opening, oops, hold on, it's way too high. The opening will be here, so you will able to see the deer. And while that's drying on, I just have a piece of garland, and I'm just gonna wrap it around the edge between the white box and the top glass, and I will just hot glue that all the way around. So now that you can see it drying at the bottom where the straws are, we're actually just gonna put some Mod Podge and just some DT fake snow right on there while that's all drying, and just fluff it around just to fill it up with the fluffy snow. I think it'll turn out really good. All right, we're gonna take a couple more straws, and I wanna put them on the side of the box in between the trees, and I'll show you that in a second. And you just wanna make sure that they're the right height, that it doesn't go taller than the box. And then I'm just gonna cut it here, and I'm just gonna measure on one because I measured these ones already. Just a little bit smaller. Once you do that, I'm just gonna put a little bit of hot glue, and my hot glue gun is out of a stick. Just a little tiny bit on top. I'm gonna give it a second, and then I'm just gonna pinch it. And any little glue that comes out, you can just cut it just so the opening is closed, because it's gonna be at the top part of the cake. I'm gonna call it a cake now because that's what it reminds me of. Then you're just gonna keep it closed on the top part, so when you put it on, it's closed and it's not sticking open like that. Let me just flip around the camera. All right, so we got the view of the camera, and I'm just gonna put them in between the trees and just hot glue them straight all the way around. Now on the lip part of the white box, I am just gonna put a bunch of these peppermints. They're actually just from Temu, and you get a bunch of them. I haven't seen them in any of my dollar stores, so I got them on Temu. And I'm just gonna put a couple all the way around the lip of the box. All right, so along the edge here, now you can totally switch this out. You could actually put gingerbread man. I'm just keeping the theme of the red and white kind of carnival, Christmassy theme, but you could totally change it out and put whatever decor you like in it. That's what's so fun about this one. I just have this extra piece of, they're just the vase filler. You can put them on a string. I had this one made already, and it was in my Christmas stash. And I'm just gonna hot glue it all the way around. Next thing is, these are from Dollarama. They're just little foamy star kind of things. Sorry. I'm just gonna put them along here just for a little extra something. I'm just gonna go around all the way to the back, and then I'm just gonna put this little bow because I just feel like it's just way too white. Sorry, I'm just changing my camera. And just a little red bow on the reindeer, and I'm gonna put a couple Christmas balls, and I'm gonna move down to the bottom. I have it on a Lazy Susan, which is really great. I'm gonna show you here when you're working on it. As you can turn it around, it's much easier. On the tray, right on the bottom here, I'm just gonna put some Mod Podge and some snow, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like finished. All right, guys, here it is. It's all finished. I just added a couple crystals on top. I couldn't find any white Christmas balls. And right on the next level, I just added a little bit more snow. I think it turned out beautiful. This kind of build, you can switch it up for a baby shower, or you could even do an Easter one, switch out the reindeer for maybe a rabbit, and add different colors, eggs around the side. It's just a great build that you can just switch up different seasons for. Even you can switch it up for Valentine's Day. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I am only going to do one more video before Christmas, and then I'm going to be taking holidays for 2 weeks and spending time with my family and friends. Happy crafting, and see you soon. Bye.